Okay, let's break down the aerial and go step by step so you can learn it. I'm going to assume you watched my other video on how to do a cartwheel and how to do a dive cartwheel. If not, go do that now. First and foremost is the hurdle. When you hurdle for regular running tumbling, you're going to be hurdling forward. We're going to pause here. You can see that I'm leaning forward. Ignore my arms, they're terrible. My body position here is reaching forward. And when I go to put my hands down, I'm going to reach out pretty far from my bottom foot. When you put all of that together, it makes for a very long skill. I pretty much took up the entire screen here. Now, my aerial hurdle is actually on the forward-leaning side of things, but you'll see here my chest is up a little bit higher. My weight at this point is over my bottom foot instead of reaching to the front. And the really big difference where I drop my chest down on this part. The knee should freeze above the foot before you jump. That way, when you push the leg straight, you'll go up into the air instead of forward. Remember, on flipping skills, we're trying to beat gravity, and that's vertical. Let's look at these side by side. So it's not a huge difference here, but you can see the small shift in my hips more forward on the bottom. And now you can see where the knee is in front of my foot on the bottom as well. Obviously here on the round off, I'm going to reach out forward, and on the aerial, I'm going to keep my chest down nice and tight. So this gives you an idea of how much shorter the aerial is than the round off. So I'm going to show you how we actually teach the hurdle into the entry of the aerial. While practicing just the hurdle, you're going to skip kind of directly up, mountain climber down, and then kick the back leg up behind you. You need to get to this position before you hop into the cartwheel. From there, you need to start making the cartwheel shorter and shorter. You want to undercut as much as possible because the aerial spins around one point in space. If you have a mat at home, you should definitely grab one and do it off the end. Once you're comfortable, you're going to go ahead and undercut the cartwheel so much that you land back on top of your mat. While you're doing this, you need to make sure you're going up high enough to complete an aerial. You can record yourself and check just like this. You need to be one hip height higher than they are on the ground. To practice for this jump, you need to drop the chest down in front of you, lift the back leg, and hop straight up in the air with a pointed bottom foot. When you come down, you're going to hold this body shape. Once you feel pretty good about doing this, you're going to jump up onto your mat. The way you're going to practice the entry is from this mountain climber position. I'm straight up and down, my weight's evenly balanced, and then I lean forward, lifting the back leg at the same time. The chest should be down. You should be around a 45-degree angle here. Now all you're going to do is add the hop. If you are not getting enough height here, you need to start doing ankle exercises. The easiest way to practice this is to literally just jump off of one foot. Focus on your ankle, point it off of the floor, and get as high as you can. Now let's shift gears a little bit and focus on the ending. When you come down out of this cartwheel, you need to step as close to your hands as possible. You can also practice this out of a handstand position. You really want to step back down in between your hands on the floor. And make sure to lift up the chest very quickly. So take your time on this set, make sure you're able to kick up to a full handstand, then step down and lift up as quick as possible. Now we're going to look at the aerial versus the dive cartwheel. Aerial's on the bottom. You can see my knee is a little farther back and my chest is a little closer to my leg. The rest of the skill should be very similar. You want to be able to do a dive cartwheel almost the same way as you would an aerial. As you can see in these key frames, the only difference really is that my arms are not on the ground in the bottom one. Once you have a high enough and short enough dive cartwheel, you either have to throw it by yourself or find somebody to spot you. If you guys put specific things you're struggling with in the comments, I can respond to them with a video. And if you want any of your skills reviewed, you can send them to my email here. I will break them down and post a video on how to correct it.